In southeast Queensland on Monday afternoon, the sky over Brisbane shifted from warm and humid to ominously dark in a matter of minutes. Forecast models had signaled the risk of a severe storm, but what residents actually experienced went far beyond the typical warnings. A powerful supercell exploded over the region, unleashing giant hailstones the size of baseballs, and in some areas closer to softballs, along with violent winds, blinding rain, and non-stop lightning. For many locals, it was one of the most violent hailstorms they had ever witnessed. One Brisbane resident, filming from his front porch, could be heard saying, "My whole car is shaking right now," as the first wave of ice hammered rooftops, driveways, and vehicles. Within minutes, the storm transformed entire suburbs into disaster zones. The hail that fell across neighborhoods like Ferny Hills, Alexandra Hills, Gumdale, Logan, and the Moreton Bay region reached terrifying sizes, 10 to 12 centimeters across, large enough to punch through roofing tiles, smash windshields, collapse gutters, and shatter solar panels. Videos filmed by residents captured explosions of sound as chunks of ice slammed into metal car hoods and skylights, with a force more similar to thrown rocks than falling precipitation. Families huddled inside watched in disbelief as their roofs vibrated, their windows flexed inward, and the sky outside turned pitch black, even though it was only mid-afternoon. In some homes, hailstones tore straight through ceilings, leaving gaping holes and flooding rooms with icy water. Wind gusts topping 100 kilometers per hour brought even more destruction. At Brisbane Airport and several surrounding districts, trees were ripped out by their roots, power poles snapped like matchsticks, and debris tumbled across major roads. Some neighborhoods lost electricity before the worst of the storm even arrived, plunging thousands of households into sudden darkness as the combination of ice, lightning, and flying debris continued outside. Power companies estimated that more than 120,000 homes lost electricity, with some regions topping 140,000 outages. Repair crews were immediately overwhelmed as calls came in about collapsed rooftops, blocked roads, and dangerously low power lines. One of the most dramatic incidents emerged from Loganlea, where an entire roof was torn off a family home. The residents were forced to evacuate by climbing through a neighbor's property, escaping just as hail and debris began raining down into their living room. In the Moreton Bay region, the aftermath resembled the path of a tornado, with uprooted trees scattered across streets, car dealerships mangled, and entire school campuses covered in broken glass. The storm struck right during school pickup hours, complicating traffic and trapping parents and children in flooded intersections and gridlocked roads, while lights malfunctioned and visibility plummeted. Meteorologists labeled the storm a very dangerous supercell, noting that the combination of a surface trough, high humidity, and intense heat created an atmosphere primed for giant hail, flash flooding, and destructive winds. Storm chasers reported that the system displayed nuclear characteristics, the type of vertical instability capable of generating hailstones large enough to cause life-threatening injury to anyone caught outdoors. In some areas, the hail-covered ground turned completely green, as if coated by a layer of shattered glass. Residents were stunned not only by the size of the ice, but by how quickly conditions deteriorated. What began as a dark cloud on the horizon became violent chaos in under 10 minutes. As the storm passed, communities emerged into a landscape of broken windows, dented cars, shredded roofs, and streets covered in ice. Emergency crews scrambled to prioritize life safety, removing trees from roads, stabilizing weakened structures, and restoring critical utilities. Insurance claims began to pour in by the thousands, with early estimates projecting extensive losses to homes, vehicles, and public infrastructure. Meteorologists warned that the broader weather pattern remained unstable, with hot, humid air still present and additional storms possible in the coming days. Heatwave conditions across Queensland added strain to recovery efforts and heightened the risk of further severe weather. For many Brisbane residents, the storm served as a sobering reminder of how quickly Mother Nature can escalate from unsettling to destructive. Videos shared online capture pure panic. Children crying, adults yelling for family members to get indoors, and neighbors helping each other move cars or check on elderly residents once the hail finally stopped. One man in Cornubia described the hail as frozen missiles, while another said the storm arrived without any rain at first, only sudden, deafening explosions of ice slamming into his roof. Events like this raise important questions not only for Australia, but for any region prone to extreme weather, including many parts of the United States. Supercell storms are becoming more unpredictable, more intense, and more capable of producing destructive hail that can cripple infrastructure in minutes. The Brisbane hailstorm is a stark reminder that severe weather can escalate with frightening speed, and communities must rethink how they prepare, warn, and protect themselves. As cleanup unfolds across southeast Queensland, the message is clear. Extreme weather is no longer rare, and the cost of underestimating it continues to grow.